Hello, Kay. My name's Stan Walker, um, and I'm videoing the lane location, the private access road location, so you can get a picture of the locality. I'm answering your question on where does the unadopted road start and finish, and I'm at the Wilsford close end of the unadopted road. This is Wilsford Close, and as you can see, it goes down, and then it stops where the road narrows, and then it becomes the unadopted road. And you can see there the difference in the surface. One's a Class B road tarmac surface, and the other one is just a bitmap surface. So that's where the unadopted road starts. And on the right hand side of the picture is the start of the St Thomas's grounds. That's a graveyard on the right, and on the left, I'll show you a bit in more detail, is the Scout Hut, which is called, I think on the drawing it's called the Hall. You can just see it, the red brick building on the left in the background. This is a better view of the unadopted road, so-called the access road, and as you can see quite clearly, on the left-hand side is the Scout headquarters, which is called the Hall. That is the point where we pick up our gas supply. I'll go down there and show it in more detail. And as you can see, there's a sign there quite clearly: private road, no parking, no through road. And that's the commencement of the private road. I'm now at the point where the 63 mil connects into all three buildings. On the left is the Scout Hall, and you can just see. I'm scanning in now. You can just see that point there is where the connections are made. You should have a grid reference on your on Fulcrum's application, but that is the point. It's approximately 50 meters from the access road boundary, so it's well in the access road. And the other supply that's taken off, apart from our house, is, as you can see, on the right hand side is what's called the bungalow. It is in actual fact a residential daycare centre. Their gas supply is taken from there. All three supplies come from the point there. You can see the road crossing where the gas supply goes into the bungalow, so-called bungalow, the residential care centre, and there's the point where they all connect in. I'm now taking a shot from the opposite side of the road, and as you can see, right at the very end is Wilsford Close. So the gas supply connection is now on the right, and it follows the curb. On the right hand side, if you see the curb, and it goes right along in the soft ground, and it crosses the road at approximately the position where that bollard is. That is approximately the position of where the crossing is. The reason you can't see the trench is they've tarmacked over. You can see the new tarmac, which has just been laid to the entrance of the residential care centre, and that's the reason why. But it comes along on the right from the connection point from 63 mil along the curb line on the wood side of the curb line, not on the road side, on the wood side, and it comes right along here, and it crosses approximately that point there. It then goes into the rectory grounds, and there's a sign for the rectory. Into rectory grounds, where that blue pipe is, the water supply that was put in at the same time as the gas supply, because it wasn't known where the water connection would be, but that's not being used now, and it's just there. It's going to be capped off and buried, but that's where it goes along the lane on the wood side of the curb, right along, crosses the road, and then into the Rectory Drive. The route now, it follows Rectory Drive on the right hand side in the soft ground behind the curb, goes right up to the top of the drive. We're now at the top of the rectory drive, and the pipe goes still in the curb by the fence. Sorry, still in the soft ground by the fence. It goes up to the Heras fencing boundary, crosses over the tarmac area, and then runs along the Heras fence. The Heras fence shows our boundary, and then you can clearly see the trench going across our land to the left-hand corner of the building. It goes right across in the trenched area that you can see, and then it goes right down to the side of the building. We're now at the side of the building. It runs in the soft earth in the between the fence and the left-hand corner of the house, and there you can see the external service housing for the gas, and that's it. And that's a route, approximately 70 metres. I'm now at the east end of the drive. The drive runs approximately east to west, and this is a Church Street entrance. You can see where the vehicles are. That's Church Street. Church Street comes along this road, and it ends just at the point where the fencing cuts across the road. We're back, as I say, at the other end of the private road, the so-called access road. There you can see the sign. There you can see the change in surface texture, and that indicates the boundary of the eastern boundary of the lane. The access road is about 150 metres long, so you've got 100 metres at this end, and you can just see in the distance there the residential care centre. There is a church on the left, and on the right you have the school, both St Thomas's C of E church and school, and that's the unadopted access road. So as you can see, the supply connections well within the unadopted road, and therefore in the lease it's termed as retained land, and the lease gives us outright permission to connect to services in the retained land. It was out of courtesy that I contacted the surveyor, Keith Ludwig, and I will email you all his details. Unfortunately, he has since retired, but I met Keith Ludwig, I think it was the 16th of December 2011. I gave him a copy of Fulcrum's drawing, we walked the route, and he approved it. So we've always maintained that we have every right to connect and route the pipework as described in the various emails, and that the church through Peter Kenny Property Management are wrong to question our rights and entitlements. I'll put quite a bit of the information that I've included in this narrative in an email so you can see it, but please feel free to get back to me if you need any further clarification. Thanks very much. Bye.